Welcome back to another episode of Keeping Vigil.
Some of you know what's going on, but some of you may not.
We are doing a
Q&A!
Q&A. So let's get started.
So our first question is brought to us by Samantha B. And her question is, if you could choose to be exceptionally gifted at one thing, what would it be? Okay.
First, I would want to be good at any language.
Okay, yeah.
B, I would want to be really good at making other people feel themselves and comfortable, as well as myself. Being like completely 100% myself around anyone.
That's super cool. Okay, my first one, I think I really would want to be able to be good at like being organized. That is never going to be something that comes naturally to me. It's like something that I have to like work to be good at.
Yeah.
So definitely being organized. And then yeah, like spiritual side of it would probably be, I want to be able to like be myself, be like totally me around everybody, but then also make people feel like they're super welcomed. Like there's no judgment going on between like them and myself.
Our next question comes from Anna B. What process would you recommend to someone who is struggling with scheduling prayer into their daily life?
Well, both of us kind of came up with this answer when we were talking about it a little bit beforehand. One of the main things, just integrating prayer.
A prayer. Yeah.
Literally, like, and just pray whenever. And like anything can be a prayer. So whether or not you're suffering and you're offering something up, or you're joyful about something and you're like, Lord, this is awesome. Because I think what the question too kind of leads to is that like people that want to pray want it to be more a part of their life than just like something you do in the morning and something you do at night. Literally make anything you want and everything you want to be a prayer.
Our next three questions come from Will. And his first question is, what color is a smell?
But let's ask you first.
William. What smell is a color?
Second question is, does a basketball live in a basket? If a fly didn't have wings, would it be called a walk?
And the final one, how can you fight a bear and win? I have the answer.
For this?
I have the answer.
Okay.
Pepper spray.
Oh, honey, no.
What? It's perfect.
No. This. The next question is brought to us by Alex E. And his question is, what is your favorite saint?
Okay, my favorite saint is Saint Peter. Jesus knew that he could give Saint Peter a huge responsibility and trusted him with that. And it just, like, for Saint Peter to, like, still take that on is so humble of him. To, like, know that, like, even though he had done the wrong thing, he knew that God completely forgave him, and he moved on with his life and strove to do the right thing.
And led
people through life, and he could relate to them because he was not a perfect person. I just love that.
That's awesome. My favorite saint is Saint John, the beloved apostle, because on the cross, Jesus said to him, "Behold your mother." So he was a friend who was reliable and trustworthy. That's like how I take that. That Jesus was like, I trust you. Like everything you've done for me, friendship-wise, shows me that I can trust you, that you are a reliable friend, and that is something that I aspire to. I want someone to be able to be like, oh, ask Kat, because she'll like I can rely on her to get that done and be able to do that. Okay.
Our next question comes from Sam H, and he asks, what is your favorite song or singer? Mine, for sure, right now, definitely is two people who are married, actually, called Us the Duo. All of their songs, I love them all. They're my favorite.
Look them up if you guys haven't heard them because they're awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Well, since you said your singers, I'll say my favorite song. My favorite song is, I have two. So my first one is Catch a Falling Star and 1,000 Years. Okay, this next question comes from us from Madison G. His question is, do you think Jesus would support pizza? And if so, what is his favorite type of pizza?
Okay, guys. In Matthew, it says, blessed are the peacemakers because they will be called the children of God. So,
Belle, that's blessed are the peacemakers. You weirdo.
I knew that.
And
kind
his
of pizza
toppings, he'd get olives.
He was around olives all
his
the time. You know, like Mount of Olives. So, the next one comes from Catherine W, and she asks, if you could only eat one candy for the rest of your life, what would it be? Chocolate, any kind.
Peanut butter cups. Our next question is from Samantha S, and her question is, what is your favorite religious holiday? Christmas!
For sure.
Ding dong merrily on high, hosanna in the highest.
Our next question comes from Lynn, and she asks, where are some places you want to travel?
Ooh, my Holy Land destination would definitely be the Garden of Gethsemane.
Calvary, like where Jesus was crucified.
And then outside of the Holy Land, Austria.
Outside of the Holy Land, anywhere tropical.
Our next question is brought to us from Bridget C. And she says, what is your favorite food? And also a little side note, she said, love you. Love you back, babe.
Does ice cream count? No. I like all foods. I don't want anyone to feel left out. I mean, I love tacos.
My favorite is gyros, Grecian food for me, like feta cheese and olives.
I just had a revelation. My favorite food is anything fruit.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm always like, I'm so hungry, and she's like, oh, let's make a fruit smoothie. I'm like, what? That's not a food.
Yes, it is.
That's how I feel about that.
All right. Oh, this one's really hard. Favorite Disney character and movie coming from Anna B. Mine would be Rapunzel and Flynn.
That's your favorite Disney movie characters. What's your favorite Disney movie?
I like Beauty and the Beast a lot.
Okay, well, my favorite character, definitely, Tarzan trumps all. Tarzan is he is my wild, spirited friend.
Don't tell her that I'm making them up.
I heard that. My favorite Disney movie would have to be Zootopia. All the way. This question comes from Austin M. And his question is, are you excited about the body?
Yes! Our next one comes from Emily. She asks for tips on how to remember all of the people and things we are asked to pray for.
This is a really good question.
The first thing that comes to mind that I do personally is just write it down in like a notebook or in like my notes on my like phone, otherwise I forget, or just like a keyword that will make you remember.
I think that if we have a mindset of desire, if we want to pray for these people, it's a lot harder to forget to pray for them. So it becomes a lot easier to remember to pray for them. So if we're like, oh my word, I get to pray for this person, they came to me. Because a lot of times like people ask me to pray, and I'm like, excuse me, I want you to pray for me. So if we get into like that mindset of being like, yes, of course, I would love to pray for you. It's going to be so much easier for you. But yeah, definitely writing it down too. And then our last but not least, and is brought to us by Becca. Her question is, describe/define joy.
When one lives their lives serving others, that just in itself will bring you joy. And so that's describing joy, I believe. Living life happily and thankfully and being serving.
I totally agree with that. My definition or my description of joy would be humor. Being able to find the humor in like everything. Like not in a way where you're like laughing at everything, that's not funny. But like being able to have like a laughter spirit. Yeah. Like that goes hand in hand with joy. So
that's awesome. Well, that is a wrap, our fellow friends.
That is a wrap. Woo!
Thank you for joining us for our first Q&A ever.
Yes,
what a monumental day.
Maybe if it goes down well, we'll do another one.
All right. See you guys next time.
God bless you.
God bless you. Bye.
We love you guys. Bye. Does kangaroo have a pouch? I know. Oh! Ooh, okay. Flew right in. What?
Yes.
Olive Mountain. The Mountain of Olives. We're the Olive Mountain. Anyway. Oh, wow.
Wait, is it my turn?
The Garden of Gethsemane. Go. Do you like pina colada? No, that's a bad song. Don't sing it.